stick in the ground, setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in the front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse for who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's staying enough. It's time to receive all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so caught her eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles and press of the watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Well, hello, everybody. Did you miss me? Because I missed all of you guys. It is me, Travis, Big League Berardi, with another episode of The Roundup with me. Big League brought to you by the fine folks at Plymale Insurance Group. Yes, we took a week off because we have been so busy covering baseball and softball in tournament time, and we have compiled a lot of great plays, highlights, shout-outs, all you can ask for here for this week's episode. Brian Skowronski has his top 10, yes, 10 this week, diamond cuts from all of the tournament action. I'm back with the chart topper from 2 weeks ago, the episode 5 chart topper, as well as my next 5 greatest hits from tournament time. We have the shout outs in Talk of the Town. But first, as always, it's time to take a look at the tournament scoreboard for softball and baseball. And as always, ladies first. We start off with the regional championship. In Division 4 up at Rossford, Monroeville on a Maddie Reber home run in the top of the 7th gave them the 6-5 victory over Cinderella Carey. First of all, Carey, congratulations on a great season, knocking off 2 state-ranked opponents to get the regional championship, but Monroeville just a little bit better, making their first ever trip to the state Final Four. We'll have a highlight of that game tomorrow night for you right here on the OH Report. Another regional championship, Lady Lex just comes up a bit short against a good Bryan Golden Bears squad. They lose 4-1 at Shelby, but still finish as regional runners-up for the second time, I believe, in 3 years. Congratulations to Lexington on another great season. Then back earlier in the week for some other scores in that regional from Rossford, the semifinal, Monroeville handled Montpelier 6-1. And Cary Baby, they knocked off their second consecutive state-ranked squad in Lincoln View, scoring on an error in the 6th inning. Kenzie Simons was phenomenal in the circle in that game, giving up only 1 run. It was the leadoff hitter of the game that ended up scoring the run. After that, she shut things down. Lexington in their semifinal went all out against Akron Springfield, knocking them off 18-1. In a district championship now, district action on last Saturday, it was Mechanicsburg knocking off Danville 2-0. Anthony Wayne, the nationally ranked, state-ranked squad, blanks Madison. What a run the Lady Rams had in Division I, making it to Bowling Green and making it to the district championship before falling to one of the best teams in the state. Congratulations to Coach Nicewander and his squad over at Madison. Also finished as runners-up in the OCC to Lexington, so another fine season for them. The Willard District Championship had Lexington knock off Clear Fork 7-1. Up in Wellington in a D3 district title game, Tuslaw blanking the Lady Falcons of Hillsdale 4-0. And then in the D4 district championship, that first team that was state ranked that Cary knocked off, they scored 4 times in the top of the 7th, held off a New Regal try in the bottom to win it 5-3 and win that district title. So congratulations once again to Cary. Congratulations to all of these teams that made it to the district championship and beyond. And best of luck to the Lady Eagles of Monroeville, because they're the only team in our area on the softball side still playing. They are going to Akron for the first time ever. Now let's take a look at the baseball scoreboard, where we had district action over the past week. We start off with the game you saw live and free on Saturday. Clear Fork, the Colts, moving on to regionals, knocking off St. Mary's Memorial in 5 innings, 11-1. Winford, their magical season will continue as they have won a district championship. They knocked off second-seeded Oak Harbor 7-2 at Shelby. In another game you saw live and free, South Central in a pitcher's duel. Only needed one run, I should say, to get the 1-0 victory over Seneca East to win the district and head to Lancaster for their regional. Hillsdale, you saw with me up at Parma, Ohio, routing St. John. They scored 11 runs in 1 inning to help them to the 16-1 district championship victory. They head to Louisville for the regional. Highland, the Fighting Scots, coming from behind twice in the district round. First against Columbus Academy and to Newark Catholic as well. They walk off Newark Catholic to Hamler in the regional. They are district champs once again, 6-5. We'll have that game for you tomorrow, live and free. Perkins down 6-0, come back and knock off Ontario in a district semifinal, 8-6. Another great season for the defending D2 runners-up, but just a bit short this year in the district semis. St. Mary's Memorial took advantage of a couple late errors to knock off Lexington to advance to that championship game against Clear Fork 4-3, and those Colts of Clear Fork knocking off Upper Sandusky 8-1. Luke Schlosser pitched a gem in that one. The Golden Knights of Northmore are going to regionals for the 2nd time ever. I will be down there in Cincinnati tomorrow for that regional semi against Russia, but they handled Fairfield Christian 9-3. There was no late comebacks like last year's tough loss against Berne Union. They took care of things and won at 9-3. And Waynedale, speaking of taking care of things, the 3 knocks off the 1, 17-1. Waynedale once again poised to make a run at its 3rd consecutive state title, and man, they're looking good right now. So there are your scores from the tournament action over the past week and a half. Softball heading to the Final Four Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Akron, and we have regional action. We still have 7 games in baseball for regionals that we will have for you on the OH Report, either live streams or highlights. And speaking of a lot, let's send it over to the boss man, Brian Skowronski, because he has a 10-pack, not 8-pack this week, a 10-pack of his Diamond Cuts, the top 10 plays from him over the past week and a half. Take it away, Ski.
All right, thank you, Big League. I've got a 10-pack of plays this week because the 8-pack is hidden right here on the washboard underneath this button-up. But truly, though, hey, come on, let a boy dream out here. Dreams are made all over the diamonds for both the softball teams, and of course, we got a lot of baseball teams that are still playing at regionals this week. Had to actually narrow it down for one. So many big-time plays came in, and I put just the top 10 up for debate here today. So without further ado, let's check out your diamond cuts right here now. A fully loaded crop of diamond cuts on the way. The top 10 turning plays coming up thanks to the good folks at Plymale Insurance Group. Hillsdale soared to a district championship over St. John's, final count of 16-1. Here's the final 2 outs of the game, all rolled into one convenient video package. Cal Lewis with the shoestring snag at short sends a fire hose over to first for the game-ending double play. More district final action at play number 9, where Danville's Jalen Smith gonna come kneeboarding into your picture to make the athletic grab in center field. The impact actually makes her kick back like a bucking bronco to secure this wild out in a scoreless game. I know school's out for summer all around the area, but Highland's pulling out their textbooks to make this 4-6-3 double play look routine and a come-from-behind victory over Columbus Academy. A second look here shows the Scots infield flowing as smooth as soft serve on a hot summer's day as they come from behind in a 6-4 victory on their home surface. We've got a bunt attempt at number 7, but Hillsdale's backstop Bell Dalton says access denied. Reaction time faster than a supercomputer connected to 5G to claim the out and hold the runner in place over at first base. Take you out to Cougar Country next, where Eagles were flying high around the diamond. Colonel Crawford's Deegan Moore elevating to the 4th story for this incredible out, catching so much air the jet stream blows off his cap at the apex of the leap for play number 6. Breaking into the top 5 now in an Ashland County matchup between Mapleton and Hillsdale, where Jack Fickus gonna go full belly flop in the outfield to steal a Mounties base hit. Looking much cooler than your Uncle Ron's belly flop at the Memorial Day pool party, helping the Falcons to a 9-5 rivalry win. More from the Highland versus Columbus Academy game at number 4, and this dude, Theo Falkenstein, almost single-handedly helped the Vikings pull off the upset with an array of awesome plays out there on the bump. Here's a 2-pack of comebackers that he turns into 3 Scots outs, showcasing some crazy quick reflexes in an almost win for Columbus Academy in the district semis. Back to softball districts though now, Cary facing top-seeded New Regal at their place, and it might be spring, but autumn's still in the show. Doubling up the Blue Jackets off the shoestring snag to upset their way into the Sweet 16. Amazing run by Bullion and the Lady Devils, highlighted by this filthy inning-ending double play. But my top 2 diamond cuts from the last 2 weeks shine the spotlight on historic pitching performances, beginning with Wayndale's Shane Koblenz, who nearly tossed a perfect game in the district semis against Wayne County rival Worcester Triway, allowing just 1 hit and only 22 batters faced, with 21 being the minimum. Jordan Miller made several outstanding plays at short to help the cause as the defending state champs in D3 claim their 3rd straight district title. But at number 1 this week, it's the 17 strikeout performance by Ontario's Peyton Dugan in a sectional championship win over Clyde, striking out the side on 3 different occasions and making the Flyers look helpless inside the batter's box as he set down all but 4 Clyde hitters via the K en route to a 4-1 victory. Those are your diamond cuts from the last couple of weeks. Of course, we had an off week previous Wednesday, but man, so many to choose from. It was really hard to narrow down. How do you argue with 17 Ks in a game? Well, maybe a dude that almost had a perfect outing. I don't know, some awesome softball action out there. Drop me some comment bombs and let me know where you land on this week's list. We still got plenty more action coming up though here on the Roundup. Big League is back and he's got your shout outs coming next.
We are back here on the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi. It is that fan favorite time of the night, the shout out segment of our MVP interviews in a segment we've liked to call the Talk of the Town.
Shout out to my mom, shout out to my dad. They made me mad earlier, so I had that energy behind me to come in there and do some work. Shout out to my coaches, shout out to Coach Smith, shout out to Coach Ritchie. They pushed me all season, so thank you to all those people.
I want to thank my parents and coaches for all the work they put into me, and then also my classmates that are still in school.
Shane Koblenz and Jordan Miller at short, not letting anything go through.
I'll give a shout out to my catcher, Caden Wilson, with that huge throwdown in the 7th.
Shout out to the Fergus baseball team, you guys for interviewing me, and everybody.
I have a shout out to Jen Weaver for always coming to the games. A shout out to my sister Teresa Dugan, and a shout out to my dad Pete Dugan. Also, shout out to Annie Weaver.
I'm a shout out my great pitcher, Vienna Homesteader.
Who we will talk to next, yes.
And shout out all my teammates and my great coach, Abe Homesteader. And yeah, just about it. And the whole entire Monroeville community.
Definitely want to shout out my dad, Abe, and then my mom and my teammates, and my rest of my family and my grandma and grandpa.
I'd like to shout out my coaches and teammates for keeping me up this whole game because it was a struggle.
I just want to shout out my whole family. They support me like no other, and God, obviously, I do a little prayer before I go to the plate every time, and He's always with me, and I'm thankful every day.
Yeah, shout out to the boys. Shout out Kel Lewis, freshman, absolute dog. Shout out to my catcher Jarvin, and shout out to my mom. I love you, Mom.
Shout out Jack Fickus, that's my guy.
There you go.
He's been carrying us all year for sure.
What a play in center field. He comes off the mound and it makes a web gem in center.
He's just that guy.
Definitely God. He helps me out tremendously, and my family, my mom, my dad, my siblings. Thank you. And my whole team.
Just everyone that came out. We had a bunch of people here supporting us tonight. Just everyone. Coach Klein, Coach Ulrey, Coach Church. Everyone. Coach Williams. He was getting us fired up here in the dugout tonight. Z did a good job on the mound, and then Drew and Hado came in and cleaned it up for us. And family, grandparents, aunt and uncles, everyone, and then just everyone from Highlands came here to support us and got behind us and gave us momentum and kept us going, kept us up.
Shout out to everyone at home, all the family, everyone that came to see me, and just the Scots in general, and thank you to the community.
I want to shout out my dad. He has worked with me a lot, and I'm here where I am today because of him. And I also want to shout out all my teammates because they did really great.
Mom, dad, all family, friends, obviously my teammates giving me a hard time for missing yoga, but in the end it all worked out, and my coaches.
Shout out these guys behind me, shout out my team, shout out Mamo, Papel, and Uncle Ryan, shout out my family and coaches.
I'd like to shout out my teammates, my coaches, and my family, and everyone who drove 2 hours up here to come watch us play. It's a great environment for us.
Definitely my mom, my dad, the whole team, coaches, Gillig, Kenzie Rao, Dan, Bree, everybody.
I like to shout out my family, my friends, anybody that's helped me through this softball season, coaches.
I'll give a shout out to my whole family for coming and pushing me. I wouldn't be here without them, and my team, and my pitch caller because he did a great job tonight, so I give it all to him.
I want to shout out all my pitchers, all my coaches, my family, and my pappy up above.
Shout out to all the fans, everybody that came out today. It was a big crowd. Thank you to everybody, and family and coaches.
Give a shout out to the team. The seniors. We worked hard these past 4 years, and I love them all. And the team that just us. I'm just so excited to see where they go from here, and I love them.
Gosh. I'm just going to shout out my mom and my dad and my two sisters. They have been my biggest support system over the past 4 years, obviously. And Sophie and Hailey, I love you guys so much if you're watching.
I heard your sister got engaged.
She did. I'm so excited. There's a lot of good stuff to look forward to.
Hey, little guy.
But shout out to Sophie and Hailey. I love you guys. You're my best friends.
Shout out to Travis.
Thank you.
And this new cameraman I've never met before.
Jeremy. That's Jeremy.
Hey, shout out to Jeremy.
What? Okay, hi.
Yay!
back here at the Roundup, and it is time once again for Big League's Weekly Top 40 minus 35. And a funny story, I went back home for Memorial Day, and on Sunday I was going to get some supplies for our picnic, and Rick D's Weekly Top 40 actually came on the radio. So I was thinking, man, it's cool that they, knocked off my weekly top. I'm kidding. Great show though, and Brian and I were talking about that in our last episode that we loved listening to it. It was a cool little nostalgia factor. But speaking of nostalgia factor, let's go back to our winner from 2 weeks ago and our greatest hits chart topper. And it is Danville's Alicia. I mean, did you expect anything else from Danville fans? Voting Alicia in a stacked top 5, and I have no problem with it because she hit not 1, but 2 home runs in a district semifinal game to get them to the district title game. Congratulations, Alicia Humphrey and the fine folks at Danville for always voting their player number 1. Who will be number 1 this week? Well, it's time to unveil the top 5 for Big League's greatest hits. Roll it. Lady Lex kicks off the countdown. I'm pretty sure they're fans of Outkast because they recreated the hit Bombs Over Baghdad with Bombs Over Shelby. Lady Lex hit not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 home runs in their regional semifinal route of Akron-Springfield. And I just felt bad for all those fans beyond the center field, left field fence because those balls were going over fast and at a large amount. Congratulations to Lex once again for being regional runners-up, and that big win is a reason why they got to that point. Nominee number 2 is returning to the countdown from a season ago as Jack Fickus, with the bases loaded, sends a grounder down the third baseline. Cue the Proclaimers because Jack could run 500 miles, and Jack could run 500 more. Well, he didn't have to run that far, but he did complete the Little League homer to help the Falcons win their sectional. Our third nominee comes from the Cinderella Cary Lady Devils. Top 7, game tied, bases loaded, and Tylen Stoll sends one into the gap, making New Regals fans think, I said, hey, what's going on? Well, it's Cary, baby, that's going on because they made it all the way to the regional championship game. Nom number 4 doesn't have a song per se in the countdown, but it's the celebration that brings in this whole theme of music. Brian's Amaya Langham sends one just over the top of the left field fence, giving the Golden Bears their lead in the regional final matchup with Lexington. And then her friends at home plate were so pumped they did this. Let's just do a little crowd surfing as we head back to the dugout. That's good enough for my countdown. Our final nominee must have watched Varsity Blues prior to the game because Maddie Reber of Monroeville was singing, There Goes My Hero. Watch her as she goes. This leadoff homer in the top of the 7th gave them a 6-5 lead over Cary that they would hold on to win their first regional championship and send them to Akron tomorrow morning in the state Final Four. Vote now, but operators are not standing by, so vote in the comments section below to see who is the episode 6 chart topper. And that'll do it for this episode of The Roundup with me, Big League Berardi, the extra-packed episode because of everything we've seen over the past week and a half. We will be back one more time next week, hopefully with some area baseball teams still alive and running, going to Akron because we have 7, count them, 7 games and highlights for you tomorrow. I'll be in Cincinnati for Northmore. Brian will be at Bowling Green for Clear Fork. We will have coverage of Tiffin Calvert and Hillsdale's game live and free. We'll have the Highland Fighting Scots up at Hamler live and free. We'll have a highlight of Winford's game as well, and Waynedale as well. We'll have a highlight for you from Massillon, and also the Monroeville Lady Eagles. Once again, good luck, best of luck in your game tomorrow morning against a state-ranked squad. Hopefully, we will be able to see you in the state championship on Saturday, and I hope to see you guys 1 week from tonight, the final episode of Season 2 of the Roundup with me, Big League Berardi. But if you're Northmore fans, I'll see you down at Cincinnati Princeton. If you're fans of any of our teams, look for the OH Report folks. Give them a little wave, say hello, and we'll say hi back because we're nice people. But for now, I'm Big League, and I'm out.